Like,
There it is.
there it is. Okay. So we've made our meatballs. Why don't you tell them about the meatballs?
We've made our meatballs round with oil on our hands, and these are Amber Dawn's balls, and these are my big balls. And
Your balls are bigger.
they're probably not going to cook. They'll be nice and raw in the middle for those people who want to have misshapen, raw in the middle balls.
Okay, and we got the oven at?
Right, yeah, 400.
Great, let's get them in. Can you stick your butt out a little bit more when you bend over? Thank you. Okay, so let's go downstairs and make our sauce.
Okay.
Our goal here is not to make a sauce like you would be having spaghetti and meatballs with. Our goal is to just make a little something that the meatballs, once they come out of the oven, can hang out in the crock pot in so that they don't get dry. So it's almost like more of a condiment than it is like a proper sauce. Because you want your meatballs to be moist and tasty. So, anyways.
How are they going to not fall apart?
They're not, of course they're not going to fall apart.
Okay, okay.
Why are you doubting me? Do you make me shake my
They're gonna-
Italian hand at you? So we're just
Awesome.
we're gonna make the most simple sauce. We're gonna be really gentle on ourselves. We're gonna use the rest of the Genoa style pesto.
Where'd you get that?
Just at La Grata, but you could get it really anywhere. Any Italian or like Euro kind of grocery store, I bet you could find it. And then this, I like this. This is really similar to what you get in a can. It's just cherry tomato puree. Yeah, and I mean you could get it canned, but I like it better in a jar. In glass, I think it tastes better. And really all it is just tomatoes and a bit of sugar. Sometimes you'll find ones with basil in it, and it's kind of watery. Like, it's not a very thick sauce. It's not a spaghetti sauce. It's its own thing. Yes, I'm so glad I could open that. So probably about half of this will be enough. We can put it in the fridge, and we can always put in more. Like I said, we're gonna use.
All right, so wait, half of this is what? This is 700 grams. So that's way more than half. Check that out. Half.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
everything's eyeballing.
I know, but some people need a little more help. And you just put the rest in.
I'm putting the rest in. So that's what's going to give it sort of its nice flavor. And this way we don't have to like cut up garlic, cut up basil. Like it's just kind of will do its own thing. And then I like this kind of cheese, Pepitello. It's kind of a nice. Well, I don't know. People would disagree with me, but I feel like it's a nice alternative to using like Parmigiano Reggiano or Pecorino. But it's a bit of a stronger cheese. I'm gonna get some of this.
Do you like pecorino?
I don't even know what pecorino is.
Never heard of it. Okay, good. Pepolano? Avocado?
I've heard of gado.
Have you?
In Italian, that means cat.
Really?
Gado?
Yes.
In Portuguese, it does too.
It does. So here, you're gonna taste this. It's coming at you.
Cheese, here I go.
So you can imagine that being like a nice cheese that would dress a salad, or that you'd sprinkle it on. It's strong.
Salty.
Yeah, it's salty. We're gonna pour this whole bag in.
Whoa.
Okay, and that's gonna melt in there and make like kind of a. Like I said, we're treating it Pepitello.
Pepitello, and it's about 26 grams or whatever. I don't know.
It's about a cup. About a cup and a quarter. If you're a little bit afraid to use a cheese like a Pepitello or a Pecorino, just use Parmesan Reggiano. You just kind of want to give it a nice flavor so it's a little bit special. All right, so we're done with that. So we're just we're gonna leave the crock pot on high, and then when the meatballs actually go in, we'll just turn it down to keep warm, depending on what the temperature of the crock pot is at that time. And
You turn it down to low, you mean? Meatballs are going to go in when they're done? Or when they're...
meatballs go in when they're done. fun, but you can make that choice actually to take them out of the oven before they're cooked all the way through and put them in your crock pot.
That's why they're not going to fall apart.
In this case, we have guests coming in about 45 minutes. Not that they need to be served right away, but if you're working with like an hour sort of time slot like we are,
Right.
you kind of want to bake them through in the oven and then put them in the crock pot because crock pot's so slow. The crock pot right now is just acting as a device to keep the meatballs warm so that when people serve themselves, they'll have a warm meatball. No one likes a cold meatball. I do actually, but that's besides the case.
In the morning? Cool meatball in the morning? Leftovers kind of thing? A meatball sandwich?
Yeah.
Ah!
All right, we're
it?
done that. We'll
All
show
right.
you when it's all finished. Okay, let's bring them down. But can you get them all in one?
Why?
Because it's hard to carry like that. All right. Ronnie, be careful. Carnival! This is so fucking exciting.
Just put it down on your table? Yeah.
There. So let's have them here. This is like warm enough, but we want to keep that on high for a while. But let's get the meatballs in there so they start absorbing the flavor.
Think so?
Yeah, you can do it. You can totally do it.
Get help out here.
Okay. In. Your balls are sticky. My balls didn't stick like that.
My balls are bigger than yours.
That's true. Okay, so now we have the meatballs in the sauce, and we're just gonna spend a little time mixing it up so that the sauce covers the meatballs at the top. And then, well, I'm just splashed. Maybe you could give me a cloth.
Oh.
Really, I should never be allowed to do this because I'm so clumsy when it comes to sauces and cooking. Okay, so here's one with some sauce on it. That's what they should taste like in the end. It's hot. That's a meatball.
Oh, God.
That's a meatball, wheat-free. Are you okay there, friend? How's my lipstick?